Alright, my last video for the day will be about siblings, families, and the entertainment industry. And I was thinking about this today because I watch Young and the Restless and Bold and the Beautiful, and I've been watching The Young and the Restless a little bit longer than The Bold and the Beautiful. But Heather Tom played Victoria Newman on Y&R for a little bit, and before Amelia Hineley took over, and then Heather Tom plays Katie Logan on Bold and Beautiful or Baby. And the reason why she fits the category is because she's in a family of, they're all in the entertainment industry, or they were. Her sister is Nicole Tom. She was on The Nanny when she was a teenager, and then she left the business, I think, for a little bit, but then she came back and she did some Lifetime movies and some other movies and stuff. And then David Tom is her brother, and he was also on Y&R, and I think they played siblings on the show also. But I think he's totally out of the industry now at this point, because I hadn't heard about him having any other acting roles in a while now. Nicole Tom, I liked her because I watched The Nanny for a couple of episodes, and I noticed that she played the teenage girl, and I was like, okay, she's a good actress and whatever. And then when it was 10 years later, something, and I saw her name in a credit for a movie, and I was like, is that the same girl? And I look it up, and it is, only, as you get older, your looks change a little bit. So I was like, okay, it's the same girl, because I remember, because she played in a movie that's, like I said, it was on Lifetime. I guess it's what you can consider an indie movie. But it's called Her Only Child, and it was about this woman, the mother, Gwyneth, played by Gwyneth Walsh. She is really controlling, because the storyline is she has some mental issues, and she is on a lot of pills, and I think she's either, I don't know, like schizophrenic psychosis, because she sees things, hears things, and she's just afraid of the whole world. And also, she doesn't want to let her daughter go, because she smothered, she held her too close, and she didn't want her to go out into the world, because then the mother wouldn't know what to do with herself. So then the daughter has had relationships in the past, because she's supposedly in her 20s, maybe 30 by the time this movie is made, and she's working in an insurance agency or whatever, and she's the she's in claims, and she meets this guy, the other actor in the movie. I don't remember his name right now, but he's a good-looking guy, and so they they have a moment by the fax machine, or a copier, and then so then he kind of asks her out, whatever, and they go out once, and her mother starts asking all the mother questions, like, where are you going? When are you going? That kind of thing. But she takes it a step beyond, and she calls a restaurant, acts like she has trouble. Actually, she cuts herself literally to make her daughter have to drive back home, pick her up and take her to the emergency room or something for stitches. And so then that cuts the date short. And, Nicole Tom plays Lily. And Lily's worried that the guy won't like her anymore because she cut the date short. But she goes back to work the next day, and there's flowers waiting for her. And he says in the card, it was the greatest half date I've ever had. So they go on other dates and stuff. And then just every time they're gonna get together or whatever, her mother tries to do something strange. So she starts to put the pieces together. Maybe her mother was a reason for her breakups in other relationships. And there was this guy, the guy before Larry. The main character, the guy, Karen something, plays a guy named Larry. So before Larry, there was Michael. And she was in love with him, and they were together for a couple of years. And her mother did something or paid somebody to act like he was going to beat him up and said, if you don't get away from her, I'm going to hurt you, something like that. So then, him being a scared kid, he left her alone. But he said, later on, what happens is later on, she meets him when she starts having the suspicions about her mother, right? Okay, she meets the guy, Michael, and starts asking him questions like, was my mother the reason why you broke up with me? And he said, well, yeah, but not, he didn't say, yeah, exactly. But he said, what I just said, that the guys threatened to beat him up and stuff. And so he didn't want to have no contact with her, but to save his life, that's why he did it. But then, okay, so she moves on with Larry, and then it works out, but it's supposed to be, I guess, a psychological thriller, but man, the twists and turns. Alright, that's why I wanted to talk about. Oh, and then to give Heather Tom some more, okay, she's done, well, now, she plays on Bold and the Beautiful, but she also does directing, writing, I think, and producing stuff. So she does a lot of stuff, and I think Bold and the Beautiful writes it. So when she has another project, she has the time off to do it. So that's great. But yeah, that's my video about the Tom family. And